the video on multiple platforms. Okay, and we're live on YouTube. Yeah, we've gone live on YouTube. So, guys, let me start from the beginning. Most of our people actually have no idea what's going on in the Middle East, and they don't want to admit that they have no idea on what's happening in the Middle East. The dumb geniuses, like I've been saying, when I post things about America, about Europe, all these things, is because everything they are doing concerns you, whether you know it or not. And if you are not informed on what's going on, it will be easy for them to fool you. One of the greatest quotes I've heard from Malcolm X is, I'm praising now, he said, the media would have you hating those you are supposed to love and love those you're supposed to hate. Now, let me explain that. We've all been brainwashed. We've all been programmed to accept a certain narrative because of how we were raised. The things, not because of the things they didn't teach us, but about the things they taught us. It's about the things they taught us, which is a lie. If you had an empty brain and followed this Iranian crisis, believe me, it would make more sense to you than the people who think they are informed, like they are educated. They are reading newspapers, reading magazines to understand what's going on. Now, let me explain the topic I put here. Guys on YouTube, good morning. Please, your name and where you're joining us from. I can't see you. To give you a shout out. Sorry, guys, let me move to this phone. Why did I put that topic? Now, each time there is an attack, a major attack in the Middle East, you hear ISIS make threats, make noise, threatening to do this, blow something out. Best Sonny, welcome, my brother. Thanks for joining. You hear them make noise, say that they will do a retaliatory attack. Why hasn't there been anything from ISIS talking about a retaliatory attack? Why? Why is ISIS not attacking Europe? When America was bombing ISIS in Iraq and Syria, you saw what they tried to turn Europe into, what they turned European cities into. As I'm talking to you, the Eiffel Tower in Paris has a barricade around it. Wall concrete. Major European cities now have walls of concrete in many tourist sites because of what ISIS was doing in Europe. Now, why isn't there any ISIS threat with the killing of Qasem Soilymani? Why isn't there any threat from Al Qaeda over the death of Qasem Soilymani? Why is Al Qaeda and ISIS, why are they not mad? Boko Haram pledged allegiance to Al Qaeda, and when ISIS came out, which is an offshoot of Al Qaeda, the opposing force, they were so bad that even Al Qaeda rejected them. They formed ISIS. Boko Haram pledged their allegiance to ISIS. Now, Qasem Soilymani and his Kurd forces are the people. This Kurd is not Kurd, is not the K-U-R-D, is the Q-U-D. They were the biggest killers of ISIS in Iraq and Syria. They were the people that destroyed the caliphate. Without them, the Syrian government would have fallen. They are telling you that Iran is using proxy forces. Guess what? America is using proxy forces to destroy their continent, their region. They are standing up to the American power. They are standing up to the American hegemony, to the empire. This is like a people fighting the Roman Empire in those days. This is what it is. America is running an empire. Like I've told you, this is to save the petrodollar. Not that America don't have enough oil in their country to build their place. No, they will have to steal from your own. America has more oil than Nigeria. But their corporations will have to steal your own. They are already in control of the oils in all the oil in America. Before, it used to be only one company, Standard Oil. So it's for them to dictate the oil trade, to be in control of the global energy. This is what drives the financial market. All these countries they are attacking are people who rejected their central banking monetary system, which keeps devaluing your money. It's the same thing that keeps devaluing Naira. Your own currency is the same system that these people are fighting. But now they are calling them terrorists. If they are terrorists, why are they the biggest threat to Al Qaeda, ISIS? They even helped Americans defeat the Taliban. The same Taliban Americans were fighting in Afghanistan. The same people they went to fight in Afghanistan, which, by the way, they helped propped up in Pakistan. They created them. They armed them against the Soviets because the West wanted to control the resources of the Middle East. So if you are rejoicing over the death of General Qasem Soilymani, congrats, genius. You are on the same side with Boko Haram. Congratulations, clap for yourself. You managed to find yourself on the same page with Boko Haram. Clap for yourself. Enjoy it. You won. Yeah, you won. Yeah, official hands. Thanks for coming on. That's all. I'm watching from Thailand. Michael, down one. Ellen Lucas. Thank you so much for joining me on YouTube. So if you are supporting if you are cheering the death of this general, you are on the same page with ISIS. I just want you to know that you are on the same page with Al Qaeda. I hope you know that. I hope you know that. I just want to make sure we are clear on whose side you are on this issue. You see why I keep telling you that our people are dumb? When I speak, they say you are pompous. No, I am not pompous. I am telling you simple things you should know, which you don't, and it pisses me off. This is dangerous ignorance. Ignorance is very, very dangerous. It's a dangerous thing. It shouldn't be forgiven. When you talk, they say you don't respect people's opinion. No, this is not about opinion. This is about fact. It's either true or it's not, because it involves life and death. Only one has to be true. Truth has no relativity. It's either this or that. And that is the natural law of nature. Are you listening to me? Pay attention. The dumb geniuses on TV talking rubbish. spewing the CIA talking point. The same people who hate the CIA are the same people cheering the action of the CIA. I don't know if you understand that you and the Council on Foreign Relations, the same people that write the policy that is enslaving you, that is devaluing your currency, the same people are the people you are cheering. I just want to make it clear to you. Know the team you are playing for. So stop celebrating on goal. Stop celebrating an own goal. I don't. How? How don't you see this? Now, this is why I tell you to turn off that television. It's not going to educate you. What's the problem with people? What's wrong with these idiots? They disgust me. This is why you shouldn't send your kids to school if they are not going to study actual science and technology. If they are not going to study that in school, do not send them there. Stop wasting your money. Because of religious affiliations, people are supporting it. Guess what? Iran protects Christians. There are churches in Iran. There are Orthodox churches. There are Pentecostal churches in Iran. They have Jewish synagogues in Iran. You don't have that in Algeria, let alone in Saudi Arabia. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia is the one arming ISIS. ISIS gives the weapon to Boko Haram. Saudi Arabia is an enemy to Iran. And you are supporting Saudi Arabia over Iran. Are you not? You just have to be very, very, very dumb and stupid to believe that. Please let me share the YouTube stream on Facebook. God. Is it just me or is the world going crazy? Is it me or the world going insane? Now you understand why I call religion a dangerous weapon. Have you seen it? Without religion, why will you cheer this? Why will you cheer this? We are not trying to embarrass you or insult you when we tell you that religion has brainwashed people. It is not an insult on your person. It's not an attack on you. Don't take it personal. It's an attack on the ideology that is destroying the planet, that is going to lead to a thermonuclear war. Fools. What's wrong with people? Excuse me. Do you see why they fight against religion? Why do you think people in the Middle East are abandoning Islam? The people you are accusing are now less religious than you because they've seen the truth up close. Everything was manufactured in their region. They are beginning to see it. Social media is helping them. See, we are entering a new age. The war, the attack on 9/11 remade the global positions of power. It created new enemies, new allies. Allies yesterday became enemies today. Then the next they became friends, allies. Next back to enmity again. Think. Open the eyes of your mind. Open the eyes of your mind. The biggest terrorist threat in that region is Saudi Arabia and Israel. In fact, I think Israel ranks ahead of Saudi Arabia. I keep preaching this to you. Project Timber Sycamore was the CIA Iran-Contra 2.0, which is the operation that funneled weapons paid for by Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, Kuwait, paid for by Saudi Arabia and the other Gulf states, to American defense contractors who paid their lobbyists that controlled the senators and members of congressmen and women in the USA. They use those funds to compromise them. Now they don't want to manufacture those weapons in America because it will be easily traced to them. Operation Fast and Furious was still on then. People were urging for investigation into Operation Fast and Furious. Go and check it. Is the US government operation that funneled dangerous weapons, including 50 caliber machine guns, to cartels in Mexico and other South American countries. The Zetas. Who do you think armed the Zetas, or all the Mexican mafias? All those mafia gangs in Mexico. The Sinaloa. That's El Chapo's cartel. Didn't you watch the video where they were firing heavy they are using heavy armament against the Mexican police and military? That operation was exposed, and when they wanted to start this war in 2010, they knew that they couldn't use American weapons made in America. They started using their offshoot companies in Eastern Europe, mostly in Bulgaria. The airlines they use to funnel those weapons is Sequare Airlines. Go and check it. Jot down every damn thing I'm saying if you haven't heard it before. Then they manufacture tanks, 50 caliber machine guns, all manner of arms. They manufactured those things and shipped them to Syria, to Iraq, to Libya, and even to Al-Shabaab. They sent these weapons to them. It's from there that from Libya, they moved those weapons to Niger Republic and Chad. That's where Boko Haram's guns and armored tanks are coming from. You don't buy armored tank in supermarkets. ShopRite don't sell military tanks. Those people are not sophisticated enough to manufacture it. That is why the herdsmen that are killing people in your land don't even speak Hausa or Fulani. That's why they speak French. That's why they speak French. Are you seeing it? So congratulations. Slow clap to all of you dumb idiots. Congratulations, you made it. You made it to the Oscars award of stupidity. You people deserve a prize. You deserve your trophies. Don't worry, I will make your trophies and give it to you people. You think you guys are shit. Fuck. Ujungwa Jennifer Obasi, hello bro, good evening. I never knew you have a YouTube channel. Yeah, I do. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. It's SB Live. It's my new YouTube channel. They took down the old one. Guys, please let me share this video. This is exactly what's happening. Guys, please, if you feel like you want to talk with me, let me know. I will pin a number here. You will call. I will pin you guys a number here if you want to call, please. I need you guys to call in case there is anything that is still confusing to you that you want me to clear. I will clear it to you one-on-one, one-to-one. Maybe others will learn from it. Abu again. Nah, Abu. Well done. Abu, please set up your system. Set up your system. Let's do a joint video on this. Let's do a joint video on this thing. Please set it up, bro. This is very disgusting. It's really, really bad. It's really, really terrible that our people wallow in ignorance. Ignorance should not be forgiven. This is why I hate it when you tell me, do you want to be right always? Guess what? If I'm on the side of truth 1,000 times, I want to be right 1,000 times. I've touched documents you will never see in your life. I've touched books. This is not shown. I've laid hands on books that have existed for 3,000 years. And by books, I mean scripts, scrolls, not your current book you have now. Scrolls, tablets, markings on stones. You can't see it in any library. Weren't you people here when I made the video in February last year, when I told you that ISIS in Syria would end soon, that the job is over? I showed you the money they were using to pay them. Didn't I show you people the money? Didn't I? The people who took those videos, do you know that they are all dead now? Do you know that they are all dead? Fuck off, you idiots. You make me angry. Forgive my language, forgive my French. And if I'm sounding too angry, wait until you understand the truth. I want to see your own anger. I know people who were dissing me, who were telling me that I'm now too angry about this just stuff, that the way I attack religion. When they woke up, they are now worse than me. I'm the one telling them to pipe low. Please take it easy. Slow it down. Because knowing the truth means getting freedom. Now you see why nothing they do. When I tell you that I don't have blood pressure, it's because of this. Why? All those things that are giving you pressure, I already know them. And I try to teach you this thing for free. It's free. Abu, I'm not at home currently, unfortunately, but I hope you are still on when I get home. Okay, bro. No, just set it up at your own time, but make it today. Just let it be. So when maybe in the evening, I will broadcast it here too. We will do it. Let's just do a collab. Let's collaborate on this. Wake up. Wake the hell up. Please, you can call in on WhatsApp if you want to call in. Call in on WhatsApp if you want. Let me put the number here, please. I will not pin the number because of my YouTube channel, and oh well, let me pin it anyway. Let me pin it. What is it telling me? No internet connection. What? Why is my phone telling me no internet connection? Imagine. My phone has frozen. Please let me pin the number. Hold on. I want to pin the number here. Guys, please let me share this in groups. Help me wake our African brothers and sisters up. I've put the number only on WhatsApp, please. WhatsApp calls only. I'm waiting for the number to come on here. WhatsApp calls only. Let me type the number to people on YouTube in case they want to call. Has the number shown? Please, if you see that number, comment under, reply under it. Let me see it and pin it. I can't see it here, maybe because of the delay. So my people, so why is Russia, China, and Iran in alliance over the perceived looming war? What exactly is the connection between these two? It's because China and Russia understand what's going on. If Iran falls, these people will take control of global this thing, even trading routes. They can blockade the Strait of Hormuz. It's about trade. It has always been. It has always been about money, about global commerce. They are trying to stop the new Silk Road. Go and study economic history. The new Silk Road was a trading route from China to Europe. Some roads led from Russia. Some went straight, cut through the Arabian desert, cut through the Mediterranean, straight to Constantinople, which is present-day Istanbul. It's about trade. Whoever controls trade controls the global money system. And if you can control the monetary system, you own the world. That is why IMF and World Bank keep dictating what's happening in your place. Ave, well done. Ujunwa Jennifer. Thanks, guys, for stopping by on YouTube. This is what they are trying to prevent. The Chinese have interest. The Chinese government has an interest in Iran. Go and check how much they've invested in Iran. Okay. Yeah, bro. Thanks for mentioning me, for replying. Ezoma. Yeah, you can call with that number via WhatsApp. If you are not on if there are other things you think I should touch or explain to you, call me. If you have a dissenting view, no problem. Call. Thanks, Nkechi. If you have a dissenting view, you want to oppose what I'm saying, no problem. Let's argue it out as adults. Let's argue it out as intelligent and smart people. No fighting. No fighting. So know what you are defending and whose side you are on. If you are on the side of the death of General Qasem Soilymani of the Iranian Republican Guard, just know that you are on the same side with Boko Haram because they too are in support of it. The man is popular. He's being treated as a celebrity. When you see Iraqis, the people that were protesting in front of the US embassy were not Iranians, they were Iraqis. Now, why are Iraqis who used to fight fight the Iranians? They fought a bitter war that even America gave the Iraqis, Saddam Hussein, a chemical weapon to fight with. America armed them to fight Iran. They even used a chemical weapon. Now, the same people are in front of US embassy protesting and saying we are loyal to Qasem Soilymani. Soleimani is our hero. They said it before he was killed, and now more people are saying it. So now ask yourself these questions. Do you love Iraq so much more than the Iraqis? Today, the Iraqi parliament is going to vote, and they will vote overwhelmingly to send the US troops out of their country. No kidding. Wait, today it will happen. I will live stream it. I will live stream it. Stop. The only person you should be listening to on the US mainstream media is Tucker Carlson. I keep saying it. Tucker Carlson is the only voice of reason. Wait, let me play. I will play his monologue. Those on YouTube, you can't see it. Even if I want to, I can't. I don't have the rights to show the video and play the audio at the same time. So I'm going to show it to people on Facebook. But people on YouTube, you will be hearing it. This is Tucker Carlson's show. His latest show. Go and watch it on YouTube before they will delete all the whole videos. But I want to play you his monologue and his interview with a US Army colonel, a retired Army colonel, that wrote that book I always tell people to read, Margin of Victory. Go read that book and read War is a Racket by Major General Smedley Butler. Previous said, I don't know why people will think war is freedom. War is business. Of course. Of course. It's for domination. It's for domination. Let me play you people that monologue. Let me play the monologue here. Yeah. Please, hold on, guys. Let me get to my page. Let me go to my word, please. And I have a new page. I don't want to announce it yet. I will soon announce it when I'm done with what I want to do on it. I will do it then. No, let me get it. Yes, it's here. We're here. Guys, just watch this thing. The monologue is going to be like for 10 minutes, but it's 10 minutes you will enjoy. I want to play, watch it, Tucker Carlson tonight, 3rd January 2020. Just pay attention to what he's saying. Oh, let me clean this camera. Wait. Let me play it. Just pay attention. This is why the media keep calling him a white supremacist. Because they don't want you to get the information he's giving.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. Yesterday, as you know, an American airstrike killed an Iranian general called Qasem Soilymani. For the past 21 years, Soleimani commanded the Quds Force, which is responsible for paramilitary operations outside the national borders of Iran. In that role, Soleimani was believed to be a patron of the Shia militias that regularly attacked American troops during the Iraq War. He was also a major player in Syria during their civil war, as well as in the campaign against ISIS. Though he was little known to the American public, Soleimani was among the most famous living figures in Iran and also among the most powerful, according to some accounts, second only to the supreme leader of that country. The Iranian government has already vowed to extract what it has called forceful revenge against the U.S. in response to his death. Now, whether that will happen and what form it might take remains to be seen. But it's no exaggeration to say that by the next time this show airs, we could be engaged in a conflict, a real conflict, with Iran. From Iran's perspective, we're already there. If Iranian forces killed the chairman of our Joint Chiefs of Staff, for example, would you consider it an act of war? You would. So what happened yesterday wasn't just another symbolic bombing sortie of the kind we've seen in Syria. It was a pivot point. Neocons in Washington understood that immediately. Congratulations to all involved in eliminating Qasem Soilymani, tweeted disgraced former National Security Advisor John Bolton. Hope this is the first step to regime change in Tehran, end quote. That, of course, has been the neocon objective all along. The president, though, has for years opposed that objective and in a statement said that regime change and war are not the point at all.
We took action last night to stop a war. We did not take action to start a war.
You did.
We do not seek regime change. However, the Iranian regime's aggression in the region, including the use of proxy fighters to destabilize its neighbors, must end, and it must end now. If Americans anywhere are threatened, we have all of those targets already fully identified, and I am ready and prepared to take whatever action is necessary.
According to the Secretary.
Please, guys, 1 minute. Let me connect the charger. I think my battery is running low. Just connected my laptop. I think we better be watching it like this, or should I turn the screen? Tell me what you think, guys.
Mike Pompeo, meanwhile, Soleimani was killed to forestall planned attacks on Americans. But as he later conceded, those attacks would have occurred in the Middle East, not here in America.
President Trump's decision to remove Qasem Soilymani from the battlefield saved American lives. There's no doubt about that. He was actively plotting in the region to take actions, a big action, as he described it, that would have put dozens, if not hundreds, of American lives at risk. And last night was the time that we needed to strike to make sure that this imminent attack that he was working actively was disrupted.
Was there any imminent threat to the U.S. homeland?
These were threats that were located in the region.
Threats in the region. If you don't live in Washington, here's the translation. That would be in hostile Middle Eastern countries, places where American troops would never be in the first place were it not for the insistent demands of non-geniuses like Max Boot and John Bolton. But never mind. No one in Washington is in mood for big picture questions right now. Questions, the obvious ones, like, is Iran really the greatest threat we face? And who's actually benefiting from this? And why are we continuing to ignore the decline of our own country in favor of jumping into another quagmire from which there is no obvious exit? By the way, if we're still in Afghanistan 19 years later, what makes us think there's a quick way out of Iran? And so on. Nobody is thinking like that right now. Instead, chest beaters like Senator Ben Sasse of Nebraska are making the usual warlike noises, the ones they always make. This is very simple, Ben Sasse wrote in a statement last night. General Soleimani is dead because he was an evil bastard who murdered Americans, which is essentially true. Soleimani was certainly a bad guy. But does that make killing him, quote, very simple? It does not. Nothing about life and certainly nothing about killing is ever very simple. And any politician who tells you otherwise is dumb or is lying. Yes, Soleimani was linked to the deaths of Americans. Nobody mourns his passing. But Mexico and China are also linked to the deaths of Americans. Each has flooded our country with narcotics from which tens of thousands of Americans die every single year. Not that anyone in power cares. So does that mean we get to bomb Oaxaca? Can we start assassinating generals in the People's Liberation Army? Maybe. Maybe Ben Sasse will call for that too. He's a former consultant, a very tough character. But before we enter into a single new war, there's a criterion that ought to be met. Our leaders should explain to us how that conflict will make the United States richer and more secure. There are an awful lot of bad people in this world. We can't kill them all. It's not our job. Instead, our government exists to defend and promote the interests of American citizens, period. That's why we have a government. So has the killing of Soleimani done that? Maybe. No one in Washington has explained how. Instead, like Ben Sasse, they're telling us what an awful person he was. He clearly was. So that's irrelevant. Meanwhile, it's pretty clear that things could start to move in the wrong direction pretty quickly. We're praying they don't, but they could. How do we know that? Because we've seen it before. We fought quite a number of wars around the Middle East in recent decades. We attacked Saddam Hussein twice, as you know. In the end, we killed him. We invaded and occupied Afghanistan. We toppled Muammar Gaddafi in Libya. We fought ISIS in Syria and then for some reason stuck around. We're still there. We joined humanitarian missions in Lebanon and Somalia. Our special forces have been quietly fighting in Yemen, Pakistan, Niger, who knows where else, many other places. In every single place, each of these conflicts has turned out to be longer and bloodier and more expensive than we were promised in the first place. The benefits, often they've been non-existent. A lot of lectures about how the people we're killing deserve to die. Certainly they did. Hope that makes you feel better. What do the American people think about all of this? Not that anyone cares. Well, it's too soon, strictly speaking, to know the killing of Soleimani happened just last night. But just 5 months ago, after months of supposed Iranian provocation, Americans didn't seem to view Iran as a major concern, not even close. In a Gallup poll taken last August, just 18% of Americans said that they backed military force to shut down Iran's nuclear program. 78% said they preferred diplomacy and economic sanctions alone. So in a democracy, you'd think this would matter. But as is so often the case, the preferences of actual Americans don't enter the equation at all. They're immaterial. In 2016, Donald Trump ran on a promise of fewer foreign adventures, considering the ones we'd embarked upon didn't work very well. He vowed instead to focus on our problems here at home, which are growing. Against the odds, he won that election, probably because of that promise. But ever since, Washington, including some around the president, have been committed to ignoring the results of that election and its implications. Washington has wanted war with Iran for decades. They've been working toward it. They may have finally gotten it. Douglas McGregor is a retired U.S. Army colonel. He's an author of the fantastic book Margin of Victory, a frequent guest on the show, and he joins us. Colonel, thanks so much for coming on. Where do you think we're likely to go from here?
Well, I'm told that tomorrow the Iraqi parliament is going to vote overwhelmingly to demand the removal of our forces from Iraq. If that's the case, I sincerely hope that President Trump will take advantage of it and get us out. We should have been out of Iraq and Syria a long time ago, as the president pointed out, as you have reiterated. We gain nothing by staying in the country whatsoever. If these strikes, the follow-up strikes that we've had this evening, are designed to warn off the Iranians, we're going to leave but don't follow us, then that makes some sense militarily. But if we are going to fight the Iraqi order to leave and insist that we stay, then we're setting ourselves up for a larger disaster. As for the act of killing Soleimani, I think we can say with some certainty that Iran will respond, probably not in the way that we would. The Iranians are not like us. They do not emote. You've been listening to people emote about how much they hate Soleimani and blame the failure in Iraq on Soleimani. That's nonsense. We failed in Iraq. The generals and the politicians are responsible for the loss of American life and the squandering of our opportunities in Iraq. Soleimani simply took advantage of it. And Iran now controls Iraq. And after this airstrike and killing of Soleimani, we've actually forced them together. Because the people of Iraq may not like the Iranians, but they don't necessarily want their country turned into a battleground between the United States and Iran. So I hope we'll just leave. That's the key. If we get out, then we're going to have to watch for what the Iranians are likely to do. And we can talk about that if you like.
My strong sense is that the president's preference is to leave, that it's always, that he's sincere when he says he doesn't want regime change, and he's not trying to start a new war. He understands that those are not in America's interest, and they're not in his interest either, politically. I'm wondering, though, if the people around him understand that.
Look, he walked into a room at Mar-a-Lago with Senators Rubio and Graham, Secretary of State Pompeo, National Security Advisor O'Brien, the Secretary of Defense Esper, and I assume Jared Kushner. You're talking about a room full of neocons. You're talking about the people that you've been discussing that have been urging war with Iran forever. They seem to have persuaded him that this airstrike made sense and that we should take the opportunity and do it. And publicly, he's said that. I think it was probably unnecessary for the reasons that I've already outlined. This is not going to do anything for us strategically. As far as sending the message is concerned, his deputy has already taken over. The deputy has been with him since '97. This is going to stiffen resolve against us, and it's going to make any attempt to reach any arrangement with Iran virtually impossible. So from that standpoint, I don't think it made a lot of sense. It's not necessarily helping us in what the president says he wants to achieve in the Persian Gulf with Iran.
And quickly, and finally, do you think it's likely, if the Iraqi parliament issues a demand that Americans leave Iraq tomorrow, that we will?
Again, I hope so. We have to recognize that Iran is a sovereign state. It has a sovereign government, whether we like it or not. If they tell us to leave, we should get out. Absolutely, no question. And I think President Trump should seize the moment, frankly, and get us out.
I think he'd be relieved to do that, and in which case this would all be, I think, a win for our country. Colonel, thanks so much. Douglas McGregor,
Sure.
Great to see you.
Thank you.
Johnny Joe Jones is a veteran of the war in Iraq. He lost his legs to an IED there. Soleimani is believed to have masterminded hundreds of IED attacks during the U.S. occupation of this country. So he thought it'd be interesting to speak to Jones. He joins us tonight. Johnny, thanks so much for coming on. You have a very personal connection to the story, of course. We just explained it. So I'm interested in your reaction to what happened yesterday.
Well, I think it's impossible to separate the emotional appeal of killing someone who deserved to die and the overall strategic kind of cautionary tale of what are we going to do next. You know, I wrote for FoxNews.com today that the tactical decision to send troops into Iraq that I was a part of, the troop surge, got Al-Qaeda out of Al-Anbar. But what did we do next? What was the strategic goal after that? Same thing. I was a part of a troop surge in Afghanistan when I lost my legs. We got the Taliban out of the poppy fields, away from the opium trade. But what
This last guy lost 2 of his legs. Joey, if you're watching Greg Gosford's show, you'll be seeing him. He lost both his legs. Did you see what he said? Now, let me unpack the things we just watched, because there are lots and lots of things to unpack there. This was their fight. Sorry. 1 minute. John Bolton, that John Bolton you see, was fired by Trump because Trump said he was trying to get him into a war with Iran. Now the same John Bolton is now praising Trump. Why would someone who was fired for being too hawkish be praising you now? That is the same question you should ask the people who are against Boko Haram. Yet, they are cheering the death of the man that destroyed ISIS, which, by the way, supplies weapons to Boko Haram through the Libya, Niger, Chad rat line. Is the Libya, Niger Republic, Chad rat line that supplies Boko Haram the weapons. These are the same weapons that the herdsmen that are killing your people in the farms, in your villages, are using. The same weapon that Boko Haram is using to destroy the northern cities in Nigeria. Look at the people who you are agreeing with. That's how you know that you are very, very wrong. You are dangerously wrong. Are you seeing it? Someone told me that means I'm supporting the Democrats in America. Is Ron Paul a Democrat? Ron Paul was a Republican congressman for how many years? Are you going to call Ron Paul a Democrat? What of Rand Paul? Huh? Is Tucker Carlson a Democrat? Is Tucker Carlson a Democrat? Why are you people too narrow in thinking? Must you agree with someone on everything before you support a cause they do? They themselves support. Must you do that? Must you always look everything from a partisan lens? This is the problem we are talking about. All these fake groups and identities they are giving you. Forget what they are doing. If this is pure divide and conquer. Name me any Republican, any this thing, Democrat senator, and I will tell you that he is getting donations from all these military contractors that are making money with these wars. Do you know what happened to the military stock because of this war? That John Bolton, by the way, the day Donald Trump fired John Bolton, the military stock fell. Lockheed Martin, Boeing, Raytheon, General Dynamics, their stock prices fell. Use your phone and Google it right now. Use your phone and Google it. Now the stocks are high. Bolton is praising Trump, yet you people don't understand what's going on. Have you seen it? Are you getting it? You see why I call it a prison planet? We are on a very giant prison, and we need to get away from it. You see why you need to fight these divisions. Remove religion and you will solve the division between Muslims and Christians. You can never solve that problem as long as religion still works. No matter what you do, when you open the Bible, it talks about non-believers in a derogatory way. It is building hate inside you. You think you feel good? No, you are being fed hate. Then as a Muslim, on one hand, they tell you it's a religion of peace. Then on the other hand, they tell you kill all infidels. It's in the Quran. So you found out that they made it in a way that no side would win. No side would win. Are you getting it? This is why we need to educate the next generation. This generation is not going to do shit. Believe me. This generation is not going to do anything. They are not going to wake up. That's why we need to focus on the coming generation. Tell them the truth. Everything is happening before us. We are living in history. 50 years from today, people will look back and wish they lived at this moment. But you that is living it don't know anything about it. Donald Trump won the election because he said he was going to pull America out of these wars. That was the single biggest thing, other than the trade deals and securing the American borders. Other than these two, the major reason he won was because of ending these wars. Now you are going because of religious brainwash. They are not bringing you people Judaism. Didn't I tell you that it will bring you destruction? Judaism has ended up now making you cheer Boko Haram because Israel and Saudi Arabia are not at war. They are not enemies. Even the Saudis are encouraging the Palestinians to leave the land, in case you don't know. Because they want to build a close alliance with Israel. Now you are supporting that Israel, the same Israel. ISIS militants, let me tell you, go and watch the video. It's everywhere on YouTube. ISIS militants, type in ISIS militants and Israeli soldiers. During the Syrian war, see Israeli soldiers, see ISIS, just like less than 100 meters away. In fact, the Israeli hospitals were treating ISIS militants who were wounded in battlefield and sending them back to Syria. Israel has not struck a single ISIS target. What they are striking is Syrian government target. The same Syrian government that is fighting ISIS. The same Syrian government that is protecting Christians. There is a very large Christian population in Syria. The Pope turned his back on them. You see why I condemn that pedophile every day. The Anglican Church turned their backs on them. It's the Orthodox Church that wrote to Putin, please come save us. Palmyra. Go to all these cities they wrote about in the Bible. Antioch, Damascus, they are in Syria. Assad is the one protecting them. Just like you go to Palestine, Jordan is the one protecting the Christians. The Israelis stopped Palestinian Christians from celebrating Christmas in the place they said they gave back to their Jesus. It is Israelis that you and people are supporting, yet you call yourself a Christian. Are you okay? Are you getting it? This is madness. It's insanity. This is textbook cognitive dissonance. Those of you that are listening to Okechukwu, that's a failed actor that is feeding you people nonsense. I saw what he was typing. That Trump, a red tide, Trump 2020, Trump has said it and do. Look at that guy. What's his full name? That's Okechukwu that talks about IPOB stuff. And is ignorantly leading his people into destruction. I wish I would get a chance to see him one day. I will ask him, my brother, let me ask you, do you realize that this man you are celebrating his death was the one that destroyed ISIS in the Middle East? Do you realize that ISIS funds Boko Haram? This same man destroyed them. Boko Haram used to pledge their allegiance to Al-Qaeda before ISIS came in, and they love the brutality of ISIS and switched to ISIS. Do you realize that this same man that destroyed ISIS and Al-Qaeda in the Middle East is the same man you're cheering his death, and ISIS and Al-Qaeda are on the same side with Boko Haram? Are you seeing why I always tell you people this, that Judaism bullshit they are bringing to you people will bring you more death and destruction? What the only thing it will fetch you is that they will leave you there to be there every day. They won't help you do anything. The only time they will come and give you guns and arms is when any Nigerian government comes along and say, no, we are not giving you our resources anymore. Then they will arm you. You will foolishly go and fight because they promise you independence. Fools, they created Nigeria. If they want to give you independence, they will just give you that independence tomorrow, and Buhari won't do a shit. Joseph Okechukwu, that's his name. Joseph Okechukwu, that's his name. A lot of people listen to him. You see why I keep telling you people, when I come there on his platform, sometimes some people will tag me. Yeah, oh God, yeah, Biafra must be restored. You see, they have nothing to tell you. They are not smart. They are empty. So they need to be using those vague words to have supporters and followers. They want to tell you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. They will tell you what you want to hear that will incite your lizard brain. Then you start nodding like a lizard. You think it's giving you information? Is your hatred for Buhari that deep that it has conquered your mind? You people are here laughing that Trump has destroyed the brain of liberals in America and Europe. See how Buhari has destroyed your brains, that your hatred for him is making you not to reason straight. Get any gun you seize from a herdsman, an armed herdsman. Get any gun from them, look at where they are made. You see that is the same place I just told you. Check where the gun is made or was made. Are you seeing it? They are fooling you. They are fooling you. They are giving you false hope. You are right. I go to Nyebuchi. Baba Jackie, Asante Sana. Are you seeing it? After they will say, hey, you look pompous. Why wouldn't I be pompous when I'm telling you something that's obvious and you are foolishly driving yourself into an oncoming truck? Listen, I make no apologies about it. I am one of the smartest Nigerians alive today. You can never get me anyone online, any person that knows half the shit I know. I will say it because every day they keep proving me right. Wait this afternoon. The Iraqi parliament will convene. Then you will see whether they will pass a resolution to fight war with Iran or to send America out of their country. Fools. Morons. I will say it over and over again. I don't reason like them because I've seen things they will never see their whole life. Their whole life. I have been with people they will never even hear about in their entire miserable existence here on earth. I think I will have to open my page and monetize it. So we'll take this battle to these people. 2020 will be battle against this nonsense. Maybe this will end this nonsense ideology they are bringing to our people. We have to explain it to them that cheering for the death of Qasem Soilymani is cheering for ISIS, and ISIS support Boko Haram. Why didn't ISIS threaten to bomb any city because of the death of Qasem Soilymani if he's a terrorist? Huh? Why is ISIS not bombing places now? Why are their suicide bombers not bombing places when they killed the ISIS leader, which I'm not sure. No one has seen the video, just like Bin Laden. No one has seen anything. You just have to take them as face value, at face value. Now see the record of the people you are supposed to take as face value. When it was announced that they killed Baghdadi, didn't ISIS retaliate? Now, why are they silent? They are rejoicing over the death of this man. When America tell you that they killed their allies, the Kurd forces are killing their allies because their allies are terrorists. ISIS in Syria, in Yemen, the the forces that are loyal to the Iranians gave them a bloody nose in Yemen. Imagine the poorest country in the Middle East. They couldn't overpower them after how many years? The Yemenis destroyed Aramco oil field in Saudi Arabia with cheap drones, multiple of drones. When they were fighting Americans in Iraq, at the height of Iraq war, they were killing 5 American soldiers, 10 American soldiers some days, in one day. And it didn't lead to war. You are telling me that it's the death of a single defense contractor, which is a private military that is killing their own people. Imagine where they bring a private military. These ones that are operating in Sambisa Forest, they are there. Imagine they move inland in your town, and they are supporting the people that is happening. Would you leave that person? Now you kill the person. America will say, hey, you killed our contractor. Not an American soldier. They said an American. They will not tell you what his job in Iraq is. That man was in my place. He will be lucky if I shoot him. Death will be one comfort I will not give him. Death will be one comfort I won't give him. I will make sure he suffer while alive. How is Iran a threat to the USA? Are they going to invade America? Imagine coming to my place and you are telling me I'm a threat to you. If I'm a threat to you, why don't you go back to your country? Why don't you go? Now the same people back home who want independence, want freedom. White man is oppressing you. White man is you. Guess what? You are supporting the same white man in the Middle East. You are supporting the same white man in the Middle East. Dumbos. Yeah, demonetized. I know why the I know when the the YouTube apocalypse happened. Don't worry, I know what's happening. Why I want to monetize it is not mainly to make money, is to pay them to promote the content. I don't believe in promoting content, but the war is just at the door. It's just to promote my content, not basically about making money. It's about promoting the content. Let it go far. These guys are promoting their content and reaching wide audience, and they are deceiving those people. Those people don't have this opportunity of hearing an opposing view. They've not, all their beliefs, they've not tested it once. They've not tested it once, and you see them, all these, yeah, they are brainwashed. Imagine IPOB people calling me a brainwashed person. Meanwhile, you're cheering the death of the man that is destroying ISIS and Al Qaeda, the same people sponsoring Boko Haram, and you think I'm the brainwashed one here? Oh, really? Really? I'm just sick and tired of it. Joy Obiquel. Joy, thanks for stopping by. Guys, like always, please help me go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Help me subscribe to my channel. The channel is ACB Live. Let me pin it here. Subscribe, and if you subscribe, please turn on the notification bell, because Facebook, they keep banning me every now and then. I expect them to ban me very soon, so I don't want us to lose contact. We need to stay in touch. Let me type in yeah, that ACB Live is my this thing. Okay. I've pinned the comments. I've pinned this. Please click on this thing. I see my YouTube now. Okay, let me even post the link directly instead of this thing. Let me post the link. One moment, guys. Let me post the link. Yeah, I've posted the link right now. Just guys, please help me subscribe to the channel. Don't know why the link is not showing up now. Please, if you see the link come up, let me know. Reply under it. Just tell me it's here. The link, I think the link will be better because it will lead you directly to that place. Guys, do you have any question? Ude is the BJ Studios channel. Do you have any question you have something you want me to address on this issue? Is there anything I said here you don't get, you don't understand? Guys, please, if you see the link to my YouTube channel, let me know. It's not showing, it's not appearing here. Yes, thank you, Baba Jackie. Oh, what did I do? The stupid link just appeared now. So guys, click on the link there. Please if you haven't subscribed and you like what I'm doing, please help me subscribe. Prince Obin Nota, even the President Donald Trump that they are supporting does not care about anymore. About anyone. Yeah, I've seen it. Based on it. Thank you. Joy Obikwe, I have to rewatch the whole video. I came late, so don't have question. Okay, dear. Don't worry, you go and watch the video again. Go and watch it again. Those of you that are just joining, please make sure you watch the video. Take a moment, click on the link. I will wait now. Please take the next 2 minutes to click on it if you haven't. Meanwhile, I'll be reading comments right now. Please go on right now. Go. I want you to go away right now if you haven't. Please help me do it. I'll wait for 2 minutes. I'll wait for 2 minutes. 20 seconds gone already. Please go and help me subscribe. I want to get it to 1,000 subscribers, so I'll be able to be streaming with many on mobile devices. That one has the clearer pictures than the computer cameras. Please just click on that link. It will take you straight to that and subscribe to the channel, please. Yeah, thank you, Ochman. Thank you, Ochman. And if Facebook is telling you to put your password again and you don't remember your YouTube password, log out, go straight to your YouTube, type in ACB Live. ACB Live, just type in ACB Live. Then you subscribe there, it will be easier. Yeah, Chika, you wanted to ask me a question before. I put my number here and you are not. Oh, I don't want to remove this thing now. You asked me, you said you wanted to ask me a question then. Chika. Or you can call me on Messenger. I will answer you too. Call me on Messenger, bro. Call me on Messenger if you like. I will answer. I'll answer with a different device. Chika, I'm sorry I didn't get your question then. I didn't get to take your question. And I don't want to remove this thing here. Call me, please. Let me answer your question. So, guys, the dumb geniuses, Mazi, well done for all your infos. It's helping a lot. Thanks, my sister. Please just help me keep sharing it, especially the YouTube stream. Help me keep sharing it so people will subscribe. Subscribe to the channel if you are just joining us here for the first time. Yeah, Hampo Sire, I came from Facebook. Thank you, brother. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by over here. And there are some contents that are released only on YouTube. Just go to, if you think this one is informative, go to my YouTube channels. You'll see more informative videos because I do take time to do the videos I post only on YouTube. You see exclusive content, things that I didn't say on Facebook that are just nice stuff. No bragging. No bragging. Thank you guys for joining me. And if you are just joining right now, sorry you came late, you can replay it. Watch the rebroadcast. I think I will host a watch party with it. Then later this afternoon, I will wait till the Iranian parliament. The same thing that did during the NATO summit. I said I will live stream it. 1 hour before the NATO summit began, they banned me for 30 days on Facebook. Now, I've said that I will live stream this one again. I don't know what will happen. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel in case they take this Facebook account down again, because I'm counting on them doing it. If they don't, then it will be a plus. Already, as you can see, the reach is not far again. How many people are watching now? 56. But are you, oh man, are you seeing it? They will permanently ban me. I've lost 2 accounts already. This is the third and the last. This is the third and the last. So if I lose this one, don't be surprised. I'm never coming again anyway. Unless there is something else that comes up. Then I'll try to be using my page too. I'll try to be using my page also. Thank you guys for joining me, and guys on YouTube, I appreciate you so much. King Don, you said I'm late. Yeah, you are, but just you can still watch the replay in the next 3 minutes. You still watch. You will still replay it. And please help me share this information with your family members so they will come in. Help me, please. Help me get that YouTube numbers up. I need to get it to 1,000 at least. Just 1K. That will do for me. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. King, guys, and water. Thank you. Private website. YouTube will shut you off soon. Yeah, man, I have to make out time for a private website. And that will take time. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. See you soon. Those on YouTube, bye. I want to play a song so they don't give me a strike.